Hi crafty friends, Shana from ShanoukiArt. Today in my big fat pink journal episode, we're going to create these items, a heart, these tags and journaling cards using a masterboard. And what exactly is a masterboard, you ask? Well, it is a single collage created on a large surface that can be cut up into smaller pieces to create other things, like tags and embellishments. And there will most always be some leftover pieces like these that we will use in a future episode. I think a masterboard is a great way to use up lots of little pieces that you have lying around that coordinate with your theme, and it is also super fun. You will need a piece of paper or cardstock as a starting point. I'm using this out of a scrapbook. It is 8 inches by 8 inches, and then I've gone through all my stuff that is part of my big fat pink journal, all my papers, little bits of everything that I've been using, and I'm going to use bits from this to make my masterboard. Because I love numbers and I love using numbers in my work, I'm going to use some numbers in my masterboard today. This printable is from Making and Creating. I'll put the link in the description box below. You will often hear me talk about cohesion or continuity. This I really like, especially in my junk journals. I like the pages to link, I like the themes to flow. And I don't want every page to be individual. I want there to be some continuity. So that is exactly what I'm going to do on my masterboard. I'm going to use all the bits that I've already used in my journal, whether it be the printable I'm using, magazine flowers that I've used, my own artwork, any kind of vintage papers. I'm going to put these on my masterboard. So when I have my tags or heart embellishments, as I dot them through my journal, everything will be connected. For me, I find this repetitive gluing process quite therapeutic. For this one specifically, there isn't a lot of thinking that you need to do or trying to match things up. You really are just sticking things down to fill the page. I find that so relaxing. And another great thing about this is you can make a lot at a time. You can mass make them and then keep them for projects or cut them up and make a whole heap of tags ready for your journals. So I've collected all my little bits and I'm going to start gluing them down. I'm going to use Mod Podge. I like Mod Podge because it sets and dries a little bit firmer. So your tags will be more rigid and not floppy. But if all you have is a glue stick, that will work fine too. And also if you're working on a thicker cardstock as your base paper, that should be sufficient. So I'm just starting, I'm sticking down, I'm applying the Mod Podge, I'm putting down my little piece of scrap paper, and then I'm applying Mod Podge on top. That's because I'm not only going to just stick these down, I am going to create layers over this, which is one of my most favorite things to do. So the layer of Mod Podge over these pieces will create like a waterproof layer. So when I apply paint or inks, it won't seep through, and also it won't make the paper fragile and make it tear easily. I'm honestly not thinking much about where I'm putting the pieces. I just have my pile of scraps and I'm gluing them down. What I am trying to do though is spread the designs across. For example, if I'm using multiple pieces of the same design, I'm not going to put those all next to each other. I'm going to spread them out over the masterboard. And don't ever worry about what the masterboard looks like when it's a whole piece. When you cut it up, it is a whole different piece of art. A lot of times you may not like what your masterboard looks like. You might hate it even. Don't ever throw it out. Cut it up into tags, into smaller little inches, into circles, embellishments, hearts, and you'll see your artwork in a whole different light. So at the risk of boring you to death with my gluing, I'm going to move forward now to the end of my glue process. I have stuck down all my pieces on my background paper. I have some printed tissue paper and I'm going to stick a few pieces of this down over my collage. This tissue paper with the printed sheet music is from a kit I created for ArtStacks. It is available for purchase and I'll put a link in the description box below. I love the tissue paper as it is obviously semi-transparent and some of the colors and designs are shining through from the bottom, creating that dimension. This is tissue paper from an old dress pattern. I know normally they're that brown vintage color. This one was white. I'm going to add a little bit of this, just the bits with the writing or the printed text. And now I'm going to add probably my favorite item in my craft room, and that is white gesso. You can apply it with your fingers or with a paintbrush or both. And the idea is to lighten up the background, especially the darker elements, for example, those black numbers, and that helps to push everything into the background. It also enhances the texture. Where the gesso goes over, for example, where the papers join or where they overlap, it will show you those ridges and it create that beautiful visible texture. You can see as I've been adding the gesso how it's creating that beautiful misty look where it's got lighter and darker elements. You don't have to cover the entire background with gesso. You can just do certain areas like I have. This is how you create dimension. I'm now going to do some stenciling with my ink and my blending brush and a stencil that I'm using in the journal as well. So another repeated element. Again, not everywhere, just in certain areas. After drying that well, I'm going to add some more interest using my white acrylic paint in my fine tip applicator bottle. I'm going to do some scribbles. I feel this also lightens the whole overall look. It's adding another layer again, and I really love the look it gives. I'm also going to add some splatter using watered down white acrylic paint. Make sure you dry all that acrylic paint really well. We're now going to cut this up. It can be scary cutting up your artwork, but trust the process. I'm going to start with my heart embellishment. I'm just doing a very rough heart with a pencil, and then I'm going to fussy cut that out and slice everything else out into tag shapes or rectangles that'll turn into tags. The paper I used was from a spiral book. I've left that spiral end on. I really love leaving that on. I like the additional texture it creates. You can of course cut it off for a neater finish, but I'm leaving mine on. And again, I'm not measuring anything. I've just eyeballed all the sizes. I know roughly the size of my journal and how big the tags should be. If you want them all the same size, of course you can measure everything out. And keep all the offcuts. We'll use that for something else, I'm sure. Look at how amazing these look and how different they look when they're all cut up compared to when they're all on one page. I find these super yummy. I'm using a ready-made tag as a template to cut off the corners of my tag and to punch the hole. Just a little cheat that I do so I don't have to measure anything. I'm only going to make 3 into tag shapes. The fourth one I'm going to sort of leave like a long journaling card, just for something different. Now you could leave these tags as is and use them like this in your journal. I want to add a little bit more, make them a little bit more unique and different from each other. I'm going to try a few different things on each tag and card until I come up with something that I really like. I'm going to add and remove, play around with the positioning, and this is all personal preference. It's all about playing with the materials until something fabulous happens. I have some fabrics and string that I'm going to attach to some of the tags. Some of this fabric is from Stamperia. It comes in a larger piece and I've just torn a strip of it. It's got beautiful pinks and greens on which match beautifully with my theme. I'm going to tie this into a big bow at the top of one of the tags. The next one is going to get a piece of calico and I'm going to tie this off with a piece of Hessian string to keep it in place. The next one is going to get just Hessian string. I'm using some really long pieces and I'm making a double. and I'm going to tie a big bow. I like the Hessian string. It's a little bit stiffer, so the bow stands up really nicely. I like it oversized with the little ends sort of just everywhere. And then when you pop this in your journal, those strings hang out in between the pages, and I absolutely love that. For the journal card, I want to add something more to it. I'm not quite sure what that is yet. I've tried this die cut and then some cheesecloth. First, I'm going to stick down some vintage tape. I've also used this vintage tape in the journal, so that will match nicely. And I'm also going to add a few pieces on the tags as well. I think it really elevates the overall look. I couldn't quite decide what to add, so I'm just going to leave that for a little bit and work on something else. I'm going to take my little heart and I'm going to run it under the sewing machine all the way around a couple of times, and I'm going to do some bunched thread to give it that shabby chic feel. Back to the journal card, I have these washi tape flowers. I got them from Kmart in Australia, and I'm going to add the pink rose in the bottom right hand corner of the journal card. I also love the darker pink, which corresponds to some of the flowers on my printed kit that I've used in the journal. I'm going to add some on the heart just in the corner, and then I'm going to trim off the excess and then add some on one of the journal cards too. I really love that pop of color. I want to embellish the heart a little bit more. I'm going to use some fabric and some cheesecloth for additional texture. I'm going to use craft glue to stick this down. And then I thought it would be nice to add a sentiment. I have these that are little stickers. They're white with black text. I'm going to add glue though because it is going onto the piece of cheesecloth, and I don't think the stickiness of the sticker will stick great. A bit of glue will help. And to try and make all of these 5 pieces also cohesive with each other, I'm going to add the same style sentiment on one of the tags. I then decided to do some distress ink on the edges to give it more of that vintage feel, and while I was doing that I decided that I wanted to rough up the edges a little bit more. So I used an open scissors to scrape along the edges. This worked beautifully because there's quite a few layers between the base paper and the scraps that I stuck for the collage, and it peeled back beautifully and created a really rough look. Very used and worn. Just using a wet paintbrush there to soften the distress ink. If you apply too much while the ink is still wet, you can apply a little bit of water on the paintbrush to smooth out that color if it's too intense. This roughing up of the edges might not look like much for now, but when I show you a close-up near the end of the video that's coming up very shortly, you'll see what I mean. I think it looks absolutely amazing. Before I show you how I'm going to add them into my journal, I'm going to show you a close-up of each card so you can see those roughed up edges and all the details of my masterboard and the additional elements that I added over the top. What I love is that each card is totally unique. You can never really recreate it exactly the same. And although each one is different, they're all matching. You can see they belong to the same project and the same theme. Now you can add them to your journal anywhere you like. I'm going to show you how I would add them to mine. They don't always have to just go into a pocket. You can attach them with a paper clip to a page. Doesn't have to always be on the side of the page. You can do it to the top with maybe a bulldog clip. And of course you can add some into a pocket. I love adding the ones with the fluffy ribbons on top usually because it gives the pocket dimension. For my heart, I'm going to just stick it in the middle of this plain page. I think the colors coordinate really well with the printable on the left, and when you're open on this double page, I think it all just works. The tag also doesn't have to have a place. You can just leave it in between the pages. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch. I really hope you enjoyed it and were inspired to create your own. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the little bell so you're notified every time I upload new content. Thanks again for watching. Happy creating, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.